There we go. Let me know if you can see my screen. You should see virtual networking event for female entrepreneurs on the screen. You can see my
Yes.
screen, correct? Awesome, awesome. I want to welcome the rest of you all that joined me today. Let's see, we got my pocket virtual assistant, uh, and I love that. And then Ishita, thank you for joining today. Welcome to the event. All right, let's just keep on moving forward, okay? All right, so today, again, we're going to be talking about collaboration. But before we get to that, I'm going to share a little bit about myself, just so that those of you who this is your first time, you have no idea who I am. It's like, who is this woman, right? So my name is Aldrima Harper, and I am a certified organizational specialist, business strategist, and declutter coach. And so I'm also the creator of Declutter with Dream virtual events, and I host a podcast called the Organizedpreneur Podcast. I started my organizing business back in 2003, where I would go out to clients and organize their closets, their garages, their homes, whatever they asked me to organize. And this is how I started my business, 20 years ago. And so since then, I've pivoted just a little bit, but I do the decluttering events where I host on. Usually they are every other week, so it may be a 5-day challenge or it may be a boot camp or something like that. But I basically help female entrepreneurs because that's my focus now. Oh, and that's my podcast. But um, I basically help female entrepreneurs to ignite the business of their dream because once you have decluttered, once you have allowed some space to think and space to operate your business, your workspace, and everything, then you have a little bit more clarity. Right. So that helps you to refocus and ignite the business of your dream. So that's a little bit about me. And again, I'm also the co-host of the networking event and the facilitator of the co-working of this event and business partner in the AAC Society. So, all right. So we're going to be talking about the power of collaboration. So I would really like to know from each of you if you would type in the chat when you think of the word collaboration, what is like your first thought? What do you think about when it comes to collaboration? What are some things, and we'll come back and look at what some of your comments are in just a moment. But there is so much power in collaboration. As a matter of fact, this networking event and the private community that I just shared with you is an example of collaboration, right? Because my business partner brings a different set of tools and resources and experience as well as myself. So she doesn't do decluttering. As a matter of fact, if she was here, she would share with you how we actually met, which she was actually my client early on, and because she needed some organizing help. And as she tells the story, she says, Aldrima fired me because I just wouldn't do what she said what I needed to do. And so, but later on, our relationship just really began to evolve into something very, very powerful. And so, as a part of our collaborative effort, we have built a business together. She still does her thing, and I still do mine. And so, but there is a lot of power in collaboration. So, why does collaboration matter? Why collaborate? Well, there is strength in collaboration. Strength. You're more powerful when it comes to collaboration, right? There's a multiple of ways, and I'm not saying exactly right, but it allows you to multiply your efforts. That's what I want to say. It allows you to multiply your efforts when you collaborate. So there's strength. It allows you to stay focused. As a matter of fact, 64% longer when you collaborate with someone, you stay focused 64% longer. So it increases your focus, right? So, as well as help you to unlock creativity, productivity, and success. So, there's a lot of benefits that when it comes to collaboration. And I know some people may think, you know, I don't know, like sometimes, particularly in the networking event, because that's something that I really wanted to expound upon a little bit, and that's the reason I asked the question about collaboration. What are your thoughts on collaboration? And we'll talk about that in just a second. But these are just some of the benefits when it comes to collaboration. So this is an African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together, right? It's a very, very powerful way to think about that. So here are a few successful collaborations that you probably are aware of. So you're using, well, I am. Some of you have Apple phones. Some of you have um, Apple devices, laptops and things like that. So that is a result of a collaboration between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, right? Also, Apple and Nike in 2016 collaborated on an effort to develop the Apple Watch Nike Plus, right? Back in 2016. Google and Levi in 2017 collaborated. Their collaborative effort was about a commuter jacket. It was a denim jacket that they developed together. I didn't even know that until I started researching on some collaborative efforts. So Toyota and Mazda in 2017, as a result of their collaborative effort, they came together on creating some electronic vehicles, right? Two very, very powerful automobile companies. And so there's a lot of power and a lot of benefits to that, right? So, what about collaboration in networking? So, one of the things when I was thinking about this, because sometimes we have, a lot of people that come in, and sometimes they do the same thing. I've had people that come in that did the same thing that I do. They're professional organizers, they're declutter coaches, things like that, and they come in, and so what about collaboration in terms of networking, right? And from a networking standpoint, here's the thing that I want to share with you. There is no competition, because I know sometimes people come in and they may be like, oh, there's another virtual assistant here, or there's another person that does the same thing that I do here. Why not think in terms of how could I form a relationship, create a relationship, build a relationship that allows us to collaborate together on a project, right? It could be like a virtual summit or something like that. There is power in that because everybody brings a unique set of skills and experiences. That's why I say there is no competition, because there's no one on the planet that has the same exact experiences, the same exact set of skills, the same approach, the same perspective, the same mindset. So I bring that to the table, and someone else brings their set of skills and experiences to the table. So there's always room for collaboration. And so I really want you all to think more about that. You can collaborate on different projects because you share different insights and perspectives. You can even offer assistance, right? I had a friend of mine who, because I do a podcast, she wanted to talk about doing a presentation to her community. She has a Facebook community. And so she inboxed me. And so she was like, "Hey, I got a couple of questions, about podcasting, and so I was wondering, when you have some time, can we talk about it?" And so we talked about it, and so in our conversation, I said, "Well, hey, since you're going to be doing a presentation, why don't we collaborate? Let's talk a little bit more about how we can have more of a collaborative effort." As you are wanting to present this type of content to your community. So she brings a set of skills, that she shares with her community. And then in our collaborative effort, I bring a different set of skills. So there's no competition when it comes to that, right? So think more about how you can collaborate because you achieve more together. Okay. So um, I want you to at least, if you haven't typed anything in the chat about collaboration, there are people here that you may want to collaborate with. But not only that, if they're not here on the networking event, and you'll find out more about each other as we begin to introduce ourselves, think about there may be someone that you've been thinking about collaborating with, right? And perhaps they're in an industry that's complementary to yours, right? And again, it helps you to multiply your efforts. It helps you to really be a little bit more powerful than you already are. You're already powerful because you bring a unique set of skills. And again, there's no competition. But when you think more about collaboration and how can I collaborate, with someone on an endeavor, it could be like a virtual summit or something like that, right? So I want you all to really begin to embrace collaboration. And so what I'm going to do now, as we close out this session on the power of collaboration, I want to see what your thoughts are. And if you have any questions about what I've talked about, or any comments or anything in terms of collaboration, because if you look at like those examples that I gave you with some of the other industries, if it works for them, it can definitely work for you. So I really want you to think a little bit more about the power of collaboration.